Hello, and welcome to part 4 of my series where I try to develop a game from scratch with no previous coding or game development knowledge. This episode, I didn't make much progress as I have other things to do in my life, but I did still get some stuff done. To be more precise, I mainly focused on fixing things that were broken from previous episodes. So this episode is going to be just a little different as it's mainly going to be past Evan talking and I'm not really going to do any voiceovers, but nonetheless, I hope you enjoy. Okay, so I've done quite a bit by myself, like all of it has come from me. And I say quite a bit, it's like 3 things total, and they're not big things, but as I did them by myself, it's quite a step up, and I'm quite happy with what I've done. I'm quite proud. So I'm going to show you. First, I'll run the game, and I'll show you what I've done in action, and then I'll talk you through what I did, because I probably did it awfully. So it's mainly to do with the text. One small issue I had first, though, was that if I was on a wall, and I was facing the wrong way, if I pressed down, like in this example, I wouldn't face down, but I've just fixed that. And that's fine, that was easy. So that's all working now, and that's good. That was very simple. However, what wasn't very simple is, if you remember last episode, I had an issue where if I were to speak to it, I could then move around, I could move around essentially, and it would all get very buggy. I could also spawn other text boxes, I could press F multiple times and interact with it more than once, which obviously isn't what I want. But now, I can't move. I've made it so that I can't move when a text box is up, which is great. And then also, I can't press F multiple times to get the new ones to spawn. So only one can be active at a time, and also I can't move while they're active. So if I close it, I can move again. And I can open it back up. But I can't move now, but I can move now. And it's great. I did that all by myself, and I'm very happy with it. Another issue that I fixed, I think this is the last one, was that even if I was facing away from it, I could talk to it, which I didn't want. I didn't want that. I wanted it to only work if I was facing the right direction for the object. So now if I press F, nothing's going to happen. But as soon as I look up, it works, because I'm looking at it. It's great, and I did it all by myself, and I'm very happy. So yeah, if I face any direction, it's not going to work. But facing towards it, and it works. So let me show you how I did this. Start off, I need to go into my player object and into the create. And I've made this variable, which is global facing direction. And then essentially this, I could have probably done this much better, but honestly, it works, so I'm not going to complain. If my sprite is the right sprite, then my facing direction variable is right. Then if it's left, it's left. If it's down, it's down. If it's up, and so on. You get it. So I made this. This is all in the player object, and then if I go to my, was it this one? Yes, this one. I made it so it only works if my variable, my global facing direction, is my desired facing direction, which if I go into my create, is here. So this is my desired facing direction, which if I go into my bedroom and go onto my text box, into the creation code, I set my desired facing direction here. So it's only going to work if my variable from the player, from this, is up in this case. Or it could be down. I could change it to down if I wanted to. And it works. And it's great. And I'm so happy with it. The other fix was that I could move when a text box was active. And now I'm going to take 6 years finding this because I can't actually remember what I did. Oh yes. Okay. So I made a new variable called global speaking, and when I interact with my speak block, it sets it to true. And then if I go now into my player object, if instance exist, object pauser, ignore that, that's fine. Or I had to Google how to write or because I wasn't sure, but it's these 2 lines. Or my global speaking is true, then I'm not allowed to move. It sets my speed to 0 and I can't move. So it's great. And then I set it to false when it's deactivated, which is somewhere, but I can't quite remember where it is. So if my typing is done, it does all this, which gets rid of the text box, but it also sets my global speaking to false, which means that it's not true, which means that I can move again. It all works. I did it by myself. I'm not going to tell you how long it took, because it's rather embarrassing, but it's all coming together. And if I can now do this on my own, then it's all going to, surely it's all easier from here. I'm going to eat my own words now, I know, but I'm actually really happy with what I've done. These are just little improvements I know that some of you are probably going to think, like, wow, very easy. But, you know, I've got no coding knowledge. And I might try my work, might try a cutscene. Obviously, it's not going to be like some flashy, cutscene with amazing graphics. It's going to be someone talking to me without, me having to interact with them. And then they maybe walk away. Or I walk towards them or something. Nope, I've not got a clue how to do this cutscene stuff. Let me show you what I've done so far. It kind of works, but also doesn't. So I've got this, which is basically the same as my speak block, where I can talk to things. However, I don't need to interact with it. I just walk up to it, and it'll essentially run a cutscene that isn't quite a cutscene yet. If I play, I'll just show you. So everything's working as normal. Ignore the big pink box. I put that back. But if I go down here into this room, this box here triggers a cutscene, and I walk into it, and it will play all the text. But I want to try and get it so that I can move, or the camera moves, or maybe another person moves, another person. I tried it, and I just could not get it to work. I don't know. I really don't get how to do it. I want to try and avoid using tutorials. I don't want to do too much of that, but I'll probably have to, unless someone can help me in the comments, which would be an amazing help, because I just can't seem to get it to work. At first I thought maybe, I don't know if I should separate them, because I've put its text ID, which is what the cutscene does, in the same as my game text, which I figured I probably should do, because it works. But if I wanted to move in between a line, let's say it said, "Hi Evan," and then my person moves towards the person talking, and then it says, "How are you?" I just have no clue how to do that. Or maybe there's someone talking and the camera moves to them. But as I said, I've just not got a clue. So please, this is a cry for help with the cutscenes, because I actually just can't do it. I've spent like a few hours trying to get it to work, and I just can't. I've got the main text working, but I just don't know how to get them to move. So that's it. So that's it for today's episode. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to, and if you can help me with the cutscenes, please do in the comments. Thank you very much, and goodbye.